Ascended Heroes or Prismatic Evolutions, which set is better? In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at both sets, comparing them, talking about the opening experience and the overall set value to try to determine which set is best. So to start off, we're going to take a look at Prismatic Evolutions, just taking a look at the set overall, mostly diving into the biggest chase cards because that's what's really going to hold most of the value. So to start off, we have, we have our regular cards, we have our regular reverses, and then we have the Pokeball and Master Ball reverses, which have like really cool texture on them. So that's one of the things that is pretty cool with Prismatic Evolutions, is that just a basic card can look really cool with the texture. So that's a plus for Prismatic, but it does get kind of boring in my opinion after a while once you've opened a bunch of packs and you kind of have like a bunch of them. And so yeah, we're gonna skip past all of those anyway. So that was just to talk about the different kind of foil variants that we have, because specialty sets generally have, different foil variants. In terms of the actual hit cards, I mean, this set is really lackluster in my opinion, because we have no illustration rares. We have, in terms of full arts, we have no Pokemon. We only have these trainer cards, which are pretty kind of bland in terms of like the artworks and the colors. Like, I mean, it's all kind of like the same kind of beigey white kind of colors, if that makes sense. Like Airy, Ascus, Giacomo, Ortega, Rayfort, and Time. They all have that kind of like same kind of color scheme in the background. Mela is a bit different. Brassius is a bit different. Friends and Paldea is kind of different, I guess. But yeah, they're all pretty boring. I mean, it means that if you hit even a full art, you kind of feel like you've failed your opening, that you've kind of not gotten anything interesting. And to actually get something and feel like you've accomplished something, you've actually, had a successful opening, you have to hit an SIR, and the chances of hitting an SIR are 1 in 80 odd packs. So it's pretty unlikely, and seeing how expensive the set is, it's almost like not worth opening. You should just go buy the singles that you want. So in terms of the opening experience, I'd say Prismatic Evolutions is really bad. Like, I didn't enjoy opening it at all, and I did open quite a bit of it at the time. But yeah, it just doesn't feel like a fun set. It feels like it's missing something, and that's the illustration rares in my opinion. And so if we look at the hit cards, so obviously it's going to be Evolutions. So we have Leafeon, Flareon, Vaporeon, Glaceon, Jolteon, Espeon, Sylveon, and of course we do have the Umbreon, and we do have Eevee as well. In terms of other cards that were kind of interesting, like people were interested in them, it was mostly Roaring Moon. There was at a time the Cerulege, which was quite valuable, but that seems to have gone down quite a bit. But it is a very, very cool card, very badass artwork. I actually did pull this one, but I have sold it since. But yeah, so yeah, the Evolutions are pretty much the only really big chase cards, and if you don't hit an Evolution or like a Roaring Moon or something like that, you kind of feel like you're missing out in terms of value anyway. So overall, Prismatic Evolutions, you have to hit like an SIR to actually make the opening worth it in terms of value. In terms of actual fun, the set does feel kind of empty because there are no illustration rares. So that's my take on Prismatic Evolutions, and I'm trying to be unbiased here. I don't like this set, but I'm giving my reasoning why. Then we go on to Ascended Heroes, so the set that just came out recently. So here, in terms of like the different reverse foil variants, we have the regular, we have the energy reverse, so the energy will be based on the Pokemon's type. And then we also have these Pokeball reverses, so you get a regular Pokeball, you can also get a Friend Ball, and I think, there's a Bayleaf there that has a Friend Ball. There's a Chikorita that has it as well. I don't know how they kind of decided that. We have the Wurmple there that has a different one as well. And then we also have the Team Rocket's Pokemon that have either the energy for the Pokemon's typing. There's a different Friend Ball there actually, or a different type of ball. I don't know. Quick Ball. There we go. So you get Friend Ball, Quick Ball. What was the other one? Love Ball. So yeah, you get a bunch of different types of Pokeball. And then you get the Team Rocket R there for the reverses. So yeah, we have different variants. None of them are like really rare from my understanding. Like, we don't have like an equivalent to the Master Ball reverse, which was much rarer in Prismatic Evolutions. But yeah, overall the set is pretty fun. I mean, we have trainer Pokemon, we have regular Pokemon, we have Mega Pokemon, we have a whole bunch of stuff. We have some nice artworks as well. Not saying that Prismatic doesn't have some nice artworks in the commons and uncommons and rares and so on. But yeah, when we get to the actual like chase-worthy cards, In Ascended Heroes, we do have all of these illustration rares. So, I mean, there are some really nice ones. We've got Erica's Tangela, sick card, really, really nice artwork. We have, Ethan's Mag Cargo, which is a really cool one. We have the Psyduck, which is really, probably the most valuable illustration rare in Ascended Heroes. We have some really, really nice ones in here. And, look at this, Team Rocket's Mimikyu, really badass card. Looks awesome. And yeah, we do have, Cynthia's Spiritomb, the Mightyena. There's a bunch of really fun cards that you can pull relatively easily, which means that when you're opening the packs, even if you don't get one of the higher rarities, so like an SIR or a gold card or whatever, at least you're getting something, and the overall opening experience is much more fun. In terms of full art Pokemon, we only have Stunfisk, Sprigatito, and Mega Audino, so it's kind of average there. And then we do have our trainer cards, but you have to like trainer cards. And then we do have Mega Attack rares. So these are easier to pull than the SIRs from my understanding. And so we have Mega Frostlass, Electros, Diancie, we have Hawlucha, we do have this Mega Gengar here, which is really popular. And of course we have, Mega Dragonite, which is pretty popular too. So there you go. Those are some nice cards that you can chase after that aren't as rare as SIRs. I think it's 1 in 40-ish to get one of these Mega Attack rares. And now we're moving on to the SIRs. So we do have, a bunch of really cool, vibrant artworks, a lot of variety, a lot of really cool Pokemon. The trainer cards look cool, the Canary and the Iris's Fighting Spirit are pretty cool. Surfer is a cool artwork, but I mean, honestly, I don't think anyone really wants to pull that one. In terms of the Mega Hyper Rares, we do have the Charizard Y, or Mega Charizard Y, Mega Dragonite. So those are pretty cool Pokemon to have featured on Hyper Rares, and they are very, very hard to hit. So those hold some value. Obviously we have Mega Dragonite EX, massive chase card with the Dratini, Dragonair, Dragonite, and the Mega Dragonite, so the whole evolution line there. We do have, Steven's Metagross, which is a pretty cool one there. But we're going to stick to, the big chase cards. So we're going to kind of compare Prismatic and Ascended Heroes here. So here we have these two hyper rares. So we didn't really have, in Prismatic Evolutions, we did have the Pikachu, which was somewhat interesting. Terrapagos, Iron Leaves, Teal Mask, Ogerpon, Walking Wake. I don't think those are very, very popular, so I wouldn't consider those chase cards. Pikachu, maybe, but not really when you look at the value. So in terms of actual chase cards, I'd say that in Prismatic Evolutions we have, Eevee and its evolutions. So that's 9 cards normally. So we have Eevee, Umbreon, Sylveon, Espeon, Jolteon, Glaceon, Vaporeon, Leafeon, and Flareon. So that's 9 cards, Eevee and its evolutions, which are all pretty valuable cards, pretty big chase cards. And in Ascended Heroes, I'd say we have, the Mega Dragonite, the Mega Charizard for the Mega Hyper Rares, so that's 2. We have the Mega Dragonite. We have, Mega Gengar, of course. Take a look at that one in terms of the artwork. Really insane. We have not Mega Mewtwo, Team Rocket's Mewtwo. We have the Pikachus. We have 2 of those. We do have the Gengar there. Without counting the Mega Attack Rares, we do have 6 or 7 kind of relatively huge chase cards. And then we have all the rest, we have Mega Feraligatr, which is pretty awesome. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Mega Feraligatr, which is pretty badass there. Pretty cool Pokemon. I don't know how well these are going to do, Mega Meganium as well. I don't know about Mega Emboar, if Emboar is really popular or not. But the Gen 2 starters are pretty popular. People like those. So finally getting Mega Evolutions of those is pretty cool. We do have Lily's Clefairy, which is over $200 as well. Obviously, these prices are going to probably change as time goes on. Ascended Heroes just came out. It's a recent set, so don't really take these values as kind of fixed values. It's going to change. It's going to go down. Who knows what's going to happen? Maybe some of them might even go up, like the Mega Gengar or the Dragonite. It all depends on availability, and the hit rates are pretty bad. So SIRs are 1 in 90-ish, I believe, for Ascended Heroes. But yeah, the set overall is far more full, I'd say. It's a fuller set, it's a richer set than Prismatic Evolutions, and for that reason, I think it's way, way better. First of all, you have a variety of Pokemon. You have Trainers Pokemon, you just have regular Pokemon. You know, the illustration rares are amazing. We have the mega attack rares, which are really cool. We have the SIRs, which has some like really insane cards. We have 2 really popular Pokemon for the mega hyper rares. So yeah, Ascended Heroes, in my opinion, is much, much better. It's far superior. And the opening experience is much funner. So just to get an idea, the overall set value of Prismatic Evolutions is 4,164, and I'm making this video on the 23rd of February just for reference. 4,164 for the total set value of Prismatic Evolutions, and when we look at Ascended Heroes, it's $6,557. So there are a lot more cards, or there are more cards in Ascended Heroes, so that accounts for some of it. We have the illustration rares, obviously that adds value. We have these mega hyper rares, which add value because they're actually rare, and you know, they're pretty cool Pokemon, even though the artworks, in my opinion, are kind of average, or really basic anyway. But yeah, we have some really good stuff. So I'm curious to see how the value of Ascended Heroes is going to evolve as time goes on, and if the total set value will remain higher than Prismatic Evolutions. But in my opinion, Ascended Heroes, for a collector, for anyone opening the set, it is far superior. It's going to be much more fun opening because you can get those illustration rares, mega attack rares. So yeah, much more fun in my opinion. In terms of investing, for any of you guys that want to have some sealed product kept aside to grow over the years, any of the 2 sets is a really, really good choice. Prismatic Evolutions, you know, I don't know if the evolutions have more kind of collectability than like Pikachu, Gengar, Team Rocket's Mewtwo, and so on. Maybe they do. I've never been an evolution guy, so I mean, I like them, but I don't care that much about them. But yeah, Prismatic Evolutions or Ascended Heroes are going to be some really, really solid buys, and they will grow well over time, that's for sure. Up to you to decide which one you prefer ultimately, because if you're, you know, a collector, it's for you to decide which one you prefer. I think Ascended Heroes is far richer in terms of the variety of cards, the colors, the artwork, and so on. But yeah, once again, those are my opinions based on what I see in the sets. Up to you to decide. Let me know in the comments down below, which set do you think is better, which one do you think is stronger, which one do you think will perform better over time. I'm really curious to get your thoughts on it, but I just thought it'd be really cool to make a comparison between these 2 sets because they are, you know, the most hyped sets, apart from maybe Destined Rivals. You know, the most hyped set since, you know, the boom started when Pokemon TCG Pocket came out. So yeah, I thought it was really worth comparing the 2 because they're both specialty sets, very big sets, and just thought it'd be interesting. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it and you do like these kinds of videos, Pokemon card openings and so on, you know, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you want to see future videos. And just to show you guys, I do have, I have 2 so far for the Ascended Heroes ETBs, and I will be opening one up on the channel. I'm just waiting to receive the rest because I did order kind of like from different websites because obviously there are limits, and I don't do things with bots or anything like that, so I just buy, you know, what I can find, and I respect the limits. So, you know, I have another 4 coming in, but I'll only be opening 1 because the prices are so high, the pull rates are so low, and I just can't really justify spending that much money on an opening. So yeah, I will be opening that up, so stay tuned for that. I'm just waiting to receive the other ones because these are in really, really good condition and I don't want to open them up. I'll probably open up the most damaged one, to be honest. And yeah, so stay tuned for that, guys. I hope that will pull something nice. I'm not sure. Pull rates are terrible, so who knows. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care. Peace out. Bye.